everybody. Joe Misfit Glenn here. Welcome to A Minute with Misfit. Tonight, we're going to be talking about terpenes. What's up, Adam? Welcome. Who else we got in here tonight so far? Should be a really good night. Full of information, but I got to make sure that I don't jump all over the place. There's a lot of information in my head right now. Try to do it efficiently. What's up, Sergeant Port? I'm gonna attempt to drop some knowledge, man. I'm gonna attempt it. Never was good at chemistry. Luke, what's up, my man? Shit, we had 5, now we're down to 2. What the heck happened? That could be my internet. All right, wait a little bit and get a few more people in here. Hey, Sergeant Poor, just wanted to throw out a shout out to you, man. You've been killing it. I appreciate all the work you're doing, brother. All right, let's try to get some more folks. Come on, y'all. Butts in here. All right. Heck yeah. All right. Let me see. What we got? Let's wait for another minute. Or until I hit 6. What's up, senior? Welcome. Facebook user, what's up? All right, we hit 6, so that's my go time then. All right, so, okay, y'all, I'm going to try to get through this as efficiently as possible without confusing myself or you, all right? There is so much to know when it comes to terpenes, all right? Well, cannabis in general, but terpenes is no exemption, right, or no exception. All right. So what are terpenes? All right. And so I have to write down notes, man. Look, guys, I just want to show you. All right. This is that kind of stuff where you better take notes. I can't do the recall like I used to. Anyway, so terpenes are naturally occurring compounds, right, found in cannabis and many other things, even animals. Did you know that there were terpenes in animals? Yeah. And so I heard it was eggs. I heard there's bird feathers, sponges, and some other stuff. Anyway, but so there's a couple other things too. So you have the sesquiterpenes as well. So you have terpenes, you have sesquiterpenes. The difference between them that I can find without getting too technical. What's up, TJ boys? This is his lane, by the way. So without getting too technical, the difference between a terpene and a sesquiterpene is the chemical compounds or the makeup, because they're made of carbon and hydrogen. I believe it's the sesquiterpene. It has like double the amounts of the carbon and hydrogen than the terpene does. That's the difference. They both produce the smells and the tastes that you would get, and sometimes the colors too. All right. And so flavonoids in the cannabis plant is right along there with the terpenes and the sesquiterpenes. That is responsible for the colors. And let me see what else. And they found more than 20 flavonoids in cannabis alone. And sesquiterpenes and terpenes. Now, I got this little picture here. Let's see if we can get you guys up here. All right, so you guys can read all that, right? You see the secretory cells? That is where all the terpenes, the sesquiterpenes, are stored, right there. That is a trichome, folks. Just a pencil drawing of a trichome and all of its stuff, okay? All right, let's see what we got. Hey, Aaron's talking, so let's see. Probably got something in here that I need to know. Indica and sativa describe plant morphology, not effects that where terps and cannabinoids come in. Right. Okay, yeah. What's up, Brian? Yeah, so anyway, so they're stored in that what is it? Yeah, the secretory cells of the trichome. That trichome is most important now that you guys can tell. I mean, you see where all the oils are stored, right? because the terpenes are essential oils. Did you know that? Essential oils. Think about it. When you get peppermint oil as the essential oil, that's a terpene. That makes sense, guys? Should. But the idea for tonight is to give you minimal amounts of information without confusing you, like I said, and get you to go and do some deep dive in yourself for the particular terpenes that you care about. All right. There are over 120. Wait, let me see what that was. Yes, I believe it was 120 terpenes they have found so far in cannabis, and we're still just learning. Let me get over to that information. Okay. So I wrote down information about the big ones. Okay. Like, for instance, myrcene. Myrcene is a particular terpene that I love. Everybody just refers to it as the couch lock terpene. I believe it does way more than that. It does say it's the most abundant terpene found in cannabis, and that's got that earthy aroma. Now with me, I thought it was more of a sweet basil, citrusy, earthy, but this one's just calling for the earthy aroma. It's got the analgesic effect, right? So that relieves pain. Okay, and that's what analgesic means. If you guys didn't know, it's sedative, and also myrcene. The terpene myrcene is responsible for increasing the results of THC. And the way it does that is through the BBB, or the blood-brain barrier. Okay, so our brain sits in a sack of fluid, and outside in between our skull and our brain is that fluid, right? Well, there's also blood in there. The barrier between that, the myrcene and other terpenes help it get into your brain and help you out. I thought that was a really cool fact. But the blood-brain barrier, that's how cannabis gets through into your brain and makes you all loopy, right? And anyway, with these terpenes, working with all the cannabinoids, because, well, what is it? Let me get to that damn thing. I have that. Here we go. Yeah, there's 113 cannabinoids they've found so far and 120 terpenes. So when these terpenes work with the cannabinoids, that's when they call it synergy, right? Everything's working together. And there's another special word for it, is, like the whole body effect and stuff like that. I don't remember the word. I have a lot of big words in my head right now. But so anyway, they all have to work together. When you start separating stuff, I know you guys have, like, say, for instance, the peppermint oil I mentioned, they separated that terpene from the peppermint plant, right? Well, now that terpene isn't going to be able to help the effects of that peppermint plant. They work better together, not separate. I'm sorry, Luke, about your reception, my man. So anyway, myrcene. Myrcene's a big one. I love it. A lot of people love it. Gives you that relaxing sensation, your body relaxation, takes your pain away and whatnot. That's why I love myrcene. All right. Another big one is beta-carotene, or carotene is what people usually refer to it, but the actual proper term is beta-carotene, right? The pepper terpene, okay? In pepper, it's carotene, all right? And there was a lot of cool facts about that. Let's see. You got that. Well, they called it warm. I don't know what warm smells like, but woody, spicy aroma, peppery, rosemary, basil. That's that carotene, okay? What's up, Maxwell? Welcome, man. Welcome. Yes, entourage effect. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. That's that word. The entourage effect. It's that all-over body feel. I experienced the entourage effect with edibles, not so much flower. I'll get that to my shoulders in my head. That's where the effect goes with me with flower. But the edibles, all the way down to my toesies. All right. So back to carotene. It's anti-inflammatory, which is its big thing. Black pepper and cloves was one of the things it smelled like. Now, this is a cool fact. So drug sniffing dogs are trained by the terpene carotene. So they smell that. If you have a weed that is high in carotene or beta carotene, the dogs will smell it quickly. Fun fact. So that's what they go for, was that and money, the smell of money and the smell of carotene sniff out your drugs. Thought that was a really cool little fact. The more you know. All right. Okay, so the next one. We have any questions about carafilline or myrcene? Guess I should check that out. Anybody? I don't want to go too fast. Wear my throat out, you know what I mean? Okay, we're going to get on to linalool, all right? So floral, lavender smells, Now, in my studying today, I realized that there's a minor terpene and a major terpene, or some words like that. There's big ones or small ones. I'm not going to get into that today. Linalool is one of those minors. I don't know what that means. But it says, but it's a powerful one due to its effect on the serotonin receptors. Serotonin, I guess I couldn't give you a great definition on it, but I know it makes you feel good. Okay. Do terpenes alter the taste? Yes, they're responsible for the tastes of cannabis. Oh, and strawberries, I guess, and the smells, and all those other foods and whatnots. That basils and all the aromatics that we mess with. Can you make one more dominant? Jeffrey, I would suggest the plant is going to make that more dominant. I don't know that I could actually do something to my plant to make it more dominant. I did hear of some talk about, now I can't confirm or deny this, if it's true, but like potassium would increase terpene profiles, or some nutrient would increase that. I can't get into that right now, though. You catch me lying. Okay. But the taste, yes, everything can alter that. From your grow, your environmental, stuff, so your grow tent, heat and humidity is gonna mess up or do great for your terpene profiles. It's all about your environment, it's about your genetics, and stuff like that. Okay, and then your curing and drying and all that stuff is also gonna mess with it. So you got to have like a complete good run in order to have a really good, tasty, smelly plant. Selective breeding and pheno hunting you could buy would take a while. Yeah, I mean that could take you 7-8 years, I guess. I mean, technically, to find the actual best smelling pheno, depending on the genetics, I guess, right? Maybe. What's up, Jeff? All right. Okay, and so linalool is good for anxiety, depression, insomnia, cancer. Also, it's good for lung damage. It's good for helping you repair lung damage from cigarettes. I thought that was a really cool little deal. Now listen, when I'm telling you what these terpenes are good for, these are the things that they help with. They are doing a lot of studies, and there's still many studies to do, right? But what they're finding are effects. Like they are seeing improvements in people's conditions after using these specific things in a controlled environment. So it's not 100%, and maybe in 10 years we'll have a little bit better information. But for now, these are the things that they believe very highly that they're going to help you. Okay. I got some that taste more different than anything I've had, usually piney or oily, more woody. Okay. So that woody stuff, the woody, piney, all that stuff, we're about to get into some other ones that have that. So hold on. It might be something that you're looking for. Okay. And also this linalool is known to reverse Alzheimer's effects. Really good information there, because I have a feeling I'm going to have that when I get older. Okay. That was linalool. Humulene. Okay. These are big words, so bear with me. It's called a monocyclic sesquiterpene. So this humulene is one of the sesquiterpenes that I was speaking of earlier. So that's just describing humulene. Don't worry about that part. All right. And so this one is piney. You have that pine smell. You have hops like, in beer, sage, ginger, ginseng, those kind of smells. That's what this humulene is going to resemble. Okay. And so that could be what you have there, Facebook user. And so humulene is good for appetite suppressant. It's an analgesic, that's for pain, right? Weight loss, anti-inflammation, allergies, and reduces tumor growth. All right. And so if you had a tumor in your brain and you took high amounts of humulene, according to this, it would help reduce that. Okay. And so also one thing about humulene being a sesquiterpene, and I'm sorry for using these big words, but it also works with pinene, which I'm about to get into right now, and myrcene. Together, they make that piney, all those beautiful smells. It's all these three working together in most cases, right? Okay, that was humulene. Pinene, like I was just mentioning, works together with myrcene and the humulene. Okay. It's so there's an alpha and a beta pinene. Okay. They're damn near the same from everything I read, but this one I'll just call it alpha pinene. Anti-inflammatory, a bronchodilator. Now, people would probably say, if I smoke something, how can that dilate my bronchioles? Your bronchioles are a little cluster of, looks like kind of grapes, really small grapes. When you breathe in, they grab onto your oxygen and put it into your blood. Okay. When you get sick, you get all kinds of goop around all those bronchioles or that grape cluster, and it can't absorb any oxygen. This helps that. It dilates your bronchioles and breaks up that stuff so you can get more oxygen and cannabis into your body. So, fun fact about the bronchodilator. It's also a pain reliever, an anxiety reliever, short-term memory impairment. It counteracts the short-term memory impairment. And it says it's so powerful, it's used in drugs to treat kidney and liver issues. So the drugs that the pharmaceutical companies are making are actually putting pinene into their stuff for your kidney and liver issues. Right? That's how they work. But they're going to tell you it's absolutely horrible for you, right? The beta pinene inhibits the viral activity, so viruses. Big old COVID shit that was going on. Smoke more weed, you'd be all right. So the viral activity in the lungs, which helps lung infections and asthma. So pinene's good for lung issues. All right. And if we have any burn barrel people up in here, I'm sure you do have lung issues, right? Maybe that'll help you. So get a strain high in pinene. Should be all right. All right, this is limonene. Okay, that's another big one that we hear a lot about. That's the citrus, the orange, lemon. This is called the energizing terp. So the limonene is uplifting, right? So it gives you more energy. It's a mood enhancer and it treats ADHD. That's a good one. And that's seems to be a big thing nowadays is ADHD. Chronic fatigue syndrome and depression. It also helps, right? Combined with the beta carotene and pinene, you get enhanced effects for that uplifting. So the carotene or the beta carotene and the pinene also work with limonene to boost you up and give you more energy effects. And the studies are showing that it's helping with pain and it's anti-cancer and reduces cholesterol, right? That's a good one. All right. So any questions so far on that? Let me get some questions out before I get into the other terpenes. Yeah, and also the terpene profile can also be affected by your grow methods as well. I don't know what that means, like what method would mess you up, but it did state that. And it makes sense, So the way you grow, the environment you grow in, and the genetics that you're growing all affect the terpene. And did you know, fun fact for you, terpenes, just like the trichome, which it would make sense if you know the trichome is there for protection of the plant against UV rays and animals and critters and stuff, so are the terpenes and the sesquiterpenes and the flavonoids. Those are all in that trichome to deter animals and stuff to not eat it. But it doesn't work on us as animals, apparently. Hold on one sec, Luke. Now, I didn't find the terpene that was good for headaches. Maybe Aaron or TJ can throw that terpene out there. But I think a lot of weed helps me with my headache. So whatever that terpene is, it's in a lot of weeds. But yeah, I'm not really sure. You could have gave me that question about noon today. Okay, no more questions so far? Okay, we're going to get on to osamine. All right. Osamine is that woody, fruity, citrusy, which it seems like all of them have at least something of that, right? Oh, no worries, Luke. I just messing. So this is also another uplifting strain, or I mean a terpene, anticonvulsant. Okay, the convulsant is like epilepsy, seizures, stuff like that. The osamine is going to help you not have those as much, apparently. Okay. It's an anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antifungal. This is really good for the sick season. So find a strain possibly that's high in osamine, and go from there. It's found in mint, basil, tarragon, mangoes, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, and most of these terpenes are, and sesquiterpenes. I got to say that. And you know what? I got to correct myself. And I caught on to myself about a week ago, and I'm having real trouble pronouncing cannabinoids. I say cannabinoids a lot, but it's cannabinoids. And I'm trying to get myself right, but so bear with me. Don't judge me then. Okay, now we're going to get on to terpinolene. All right. It's woody, floral, and citrus. Okay, again, another one. Antifungal, antibacterial, another good one for the sick season. All right. So that was the terpenes that I grabbed onto. There are many more. Obviously, you guys know there was 120 of them, but these are the ones that we see a lot. But I did go through and I grabbed a couple of strains, and I wanted to tell you the terpene profiles that are in that, right? Or at least the big terpenes, because most of the most cannabis has like a whole bunch of terpenes, just very minimal amounts, right? But the myrcines and the limonene and the carotenoids and all those are usually up pretty high, and that's what we want. We want the high numbers. So I looked at White Widow. That's a common strain, daytime 50-50 hybrid. It has myrcene, alpha and beta pinene, limonene, and osamines. All right, that's White Widow, has all those. Sergeant Slaughter is a big strain that's been going around, by native veteran. That is known to have limonene and terpinolene. Okay, I didn't even get into the it's terpinolene. Yeah, and that was the last one I had, the antifungal, antibacterial, or antibacterial. All right, and so Sergeant Slaughter, limonene and terpinolene. Purple Punch, I believe that's Sea of Green seed. For any Sea of Green people up in here, the Purple Punch has myrcene, carotenoid, humulene, and limonene. That is a strain that I'd like to play with right there. Let me see. I think I took care of all my paperwork. Yeah, I don't have my paperwork with me. I used to have some paperwork of my testing of my plants, and I would have read off all the terpenes to you. There's a bunch of them. But so we got any questions on terpenes or sesquiterpenes or flavonoids? Yeah, Max. I have one right now. Matter of fact, it was the one I topped on Tuesday. That was that Purple Punch by Sea of Greens. I'm excited about that. Anything purple for me, man. I'm down. Anything purple. All right. Let me see if I missed any questions. I don't think I did. Everybody remember what the flavonoids do? Responsible for the color of the plant. You know how like you have well, I mean, obviously they're usually green, but when they turn reds and purples and the cool colors, apparently that's the flavonoid. And the sesquiterpenes, you guys might have remembered hearing Rebecca from what was it, Blue Magic or Blue Organics? Yeah, the Blue Organics that has the Blue Magic or whatever. She talked about sesquiterpenes in their stuff, in their products, and I think she even mentioned something about flavonoids too. Okay, not sure what terps were, but I grew out of strawberry cream savor and a tarantula or butternut. Smelled and tasted like sweet cream cheese. Wow, I'd like to have smelled that, man. Blue gelato. That sounds pretty cool. I'd like to see some pictures of that. That blue gelato auto. All right. Let me see. Let me go over my notes and make sure that I didn't screw anything up. I did talk about how the terpenes work with the cannabinoids, create synergy, enhancing the results of what you're ingesting. Yeah. Now, seriously, folks, we could go for days about this, man. I legitimately have like 8 websites open about the information, individual things. Roger that. Yeah, I got you there, Facebook user. That's why I took so many notes, man. I kind of know this stuff, but I can't tell you all the intricate stuff. It's like it's just there because I've already read it before. So I had to refresh all day today. And I told myself I was going to go slowly so I could get an hour out of it, but I just rambled my ass off, didn't I? But now I'm trying to look for something else to show you. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. I'll just leave it to the questions for now. Orange Ghost. Huh. I'll put that up. Anybody else had that? That Orange Ghost? Okay. Bryant. So, man, I literally chewed the shit out of Google today. That was what I did. However, I did use my Cannabis Grow Bible, and it has a whole section on terpenes, right? And then it gives right into making hash. So, yeah, online has way more information, man. At least for me, I didn't want to navigate that. Oh, that book, that 3rd edition book was like 8 years ago. Yeah, so there you go. That's probably what. High octane OG. You know what, man? Senior, I got that high octane. I think I planted one seed just to get it kicked off, and the seed never popped. And so I went on to a different strain. I still got like 4 of them in there. I will get after it eventually. And if I'm not mistaken, that's 100% indica. I'd like to know what kind of terpenes is in that. Bet you myrcene's a big one. That caraphyllene probably. Pinene. Like my mama Mia, she's an 80-20 indica, and she's big in myrcene, pinene, caraphyllene, limonene, and linalool. Yeah. But I think the myrcene was, you catch me lying. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm not either, Bryant. I mean, I do know, like, for instance, the real dominant ones, like sweet basil, you can't, that's just a no-brainer for me anyway. I can pick that out immediately. When it's really sweet, I don't know what to call that. It's just sweet. That's what I do. Citrusy. Most of the time when I smell citrus, I smell like the grapefruit. I smell grapefruity type citrus, not generally like a sweet lemon or lime, you know. But yeah, I'm not real good at picking out the exact one. I don't think I've ever grown a garlic strain either, Senior. I'd like to. I've heard I like garlic strains. They taste really well. I've heard a lot of good stuff about the terpene profiles in them. Some people talking about it tastes just like a clove of garlic in your mouth. I've heard that. Nice. That's a good run, Senior. Getting 3 out of 3, man. The cat piss smell. You know what, man? I'd like to know that too. Let me Google it. That's what I'm gonna do. What terp smells like cat piss? Go. Oh shit! They went. Oh, there it is. They went straight to a strain called cat piss. um, Myrcene can make your what? Mixed with other terpenes. Okay. It says fucker, I'm going the other way. Yeah, it's myrcene. Had no idea. Get a plant with super amounts of myrcene in it. Call it golden showers. Oh, really? It makes your stomach upset, huh? I would suggest, because it did say when it mixes with other terpenes, and so I wonder what other terpenes it is. But they did say it was myrcene that was responsible. I've never smelled or never figured it for to be that. Cheetah piss and Snow White. Hmm. Nice. Let me write that down before I forget. Ooh, you see, man, I haven't ever grown a truffle, never smoked a truffle, but I've heard big things. All right. All right, guys. Got any other terpenes you want to look up? Or any questions on the terpenes that I had talked about? Yeah, and if you have a particular strain that you're curious about the cannabinoids in it, if you Google, say for instance, gluey truffle cannabis strain info, gluey truffle cannabis strain info, and generally you'll have reviews, you'll have information from the breeders that'll tell you all that stuff. It's a little bit of looky looing, you got to go searching for it, but you can find the profiles for it, at least the dominant ones, and you can see if that particular strain is going to be something that you want to use for medicine. If you use cannabis for medicine, folks, and for medicine only, like you have a particular illness, which a lot of us have a problem, and that's why we use it medicinally. But you should be looking into terpene profiles and find something that's going to help your. I mean, that's what cannabis is, man. It's medicine. So you got to use it as a medicine. Find out all the different ways. What cannabinoids would do you best. What terpenes are going to work best with what strain. Um, and with all this information in mind, you should understand that the THC content is great. It's all great, but it's not the most important. It all has to work together, like the synergy thing, right? It's got to all fucking just revolve together. So do your research on your strains, folks. It's worth it, I promise. I mean, especially if you're going to grow. I mean, what if I wouldn't go grow in a Panama, for medicine for me? It's 100% sativa. I don't do sativa. I'm an indica guy, right? Sativas make me whacked out in the head. So if I didn't do any studying on it and figuring out, and I bought a strain called Panama Red just because of its beautiful color, figured I was going to get some medicine out of it. Turned out that I just wasted 4 to 6 months of my time and money, and can't even smoke my medicine. Okay. I hadn't checked on that, Bryant. Let me look it up real quick. Cannabis terpenes that don't mix well. Go. Don't. No, they don't. They're not saying it. All it went to was what the terpenes are good for. It didn't say any terpenes that don't mix. Here's some terpenes to avoid. Okay. 2 terpenes that might increase anxiety are, man, I can't even say this one. Guaiol, it's Guaiol, guaiol, and terpinolene. Where is that terpinolene? Yeah. Terpinolene says it increases anxiety. Potentially increase anxiety. And with the guaiol, whatever, being more suspect. That's the first time I ever heard suspect in cannabis. But there you have it. Okay. So you mix in like a melting pot of strains, Bryant? I do that every now and again, and some of those can get you really tripping, right? A lot of ups and downs, roller coaster rides. But if you do all of one side of it, whether it's all indicas, you shouldn't have that problem. I'd suggest you had some good daytimes in there that were high and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, so there's nothing that I could find immediately about the mixing of terpenes. Like, are you talking about store-bought edibles, Brian? Or edibles that you make? Is that what you're talking about? And then the flour that you're using to make them. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit, I only did 8 terpenes. And there's as a matter of fact, I found a site. I should try to post this up. Hold on, let me look real quick. Where was that? No, it's not that one. Transform. No, that's not that one. There it is. It's let me select the name of the site. Come on, get up here. It's the Dab Connection. And anyway, you can go in there and look at that one. They have some good info. That's anyway, you can find a bunch of information, folks. And if you get intrigued at certain things like that, like I do, man, just the little fun facts, like the brain blood barrier or blood brain barrier, and how the myrcene helps THC get through that barrier. That's just beautiful. Okay, it says commercial edibles don't specific. Yeah. I think that most of the commercial edibles, they just put distillate, THC distillate in there. So you get the psychoactive effect, but you're not getting all the body love. That's why, like when I make my home edibles, I mean, it's the whole flower. It's the whole trichome anyway. So it's all that goodness. Um, that's the stuff that helps your body and mind, not just the distillate. Remember, I told you they all have to work together. If you separate any one of them, it's not going to work the same. Like those CBD gummies. If you just buy CBD gummies, they don't do anything. They don't relax you. At least they didn't relax me at all. But if you get the full spectrum that has a 0.03% THC in it, just 0.03, like you could eat 3 bags of them and never come up hot on a piss test. It has to be together. That's it. That's just the bottom line of it. Hell yeah, Luke. I wish I knew a dude, man. I wish I knew a dude. Once. Yeah. So my edibles, usually I'll do one strain. Like when I just made those edibles, I made some brownies and some cookies. The brownies were Sour Skies and the cookies were Mamma Mia. It was supposed to be flipped, and I found out through trial and error that I was wrong. But it was fun to do. But every now and again, like when I have in my grinder, right? I have a huge grinder, and it fills up with keef, and I'll probably get about 8 grams of keef in the bottom of that grinder, right? And then that's 2 batches of stuff. That's 4 grams of keef equals a cup of flour for me. That's 19 grams, 18 grams. And so most of the time there'll be several strains in there, whether it be 25, 30. I actually have some hash that I made out of keef that had over 130 different strains in it. And you want to talk about a ride? Yep. It was absolutely beautiful too. Anyway, I rambled about my edibles. Sorry about that. What else we got, guys? What else? Luke, you got any questions, man? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you were talking about the Bryant, you were talking about the stuff at the stores. It's because it's distillate shit, man. I don't believe I've ever bought an edible from the stores, which I take them all the time. That wasn't distillate. Well, go take some medicine, Luke. Hope your head stops hurting you, brother. All right. So we learned that myrcene mixed with other terpenes can cause the cat piss smell. Interesting. We also learned that some animal products have terpenes in them, like sponges, which I guess is technically an animal. A lot of insects have terpenes in them. The sponge, the egg, and the bird feathers. Wild. I thought that was a really fun fact. What else? Yeah. Yep, they are, man. I promise. They serve a purpose for me at the moment, but only specific ones. Like I can't just go grab anything and do it. It's like I've done work on some of them, and so I know they work well for me. Anybody got some strains they want to look up to see if to see what it has? Is there any particular terpene that you guys enjoy the most? What's your guys' favorite terpenes? And I never thought about terpenes as the essential oils. Peanut butter breath. All right, let's check it out, bro. Okay. I put in peanut butter breath cannabis terpene profile. Let's see. The main terpenes in peanut butter breath, like it just come right up, right? Is limonene, valant, whatever, and carafilene, blending into unique flavor profile. How about that? That's your peanut butter breath, bro. citrus. Yeah, I like citrus pretty well. So let's see which ones were okay. Terpenoline, which can cause anxiety. They said is potential. So what terpenes in peanuts? Let's see. What terpene is in peanuts? Huh. What terpene is in peanuts? No, it's not saying anything. I don't know, man. Couldn't tell you. Interesting. Uh, I didn't see anything for peanuts or peanut butter. So, uh, what else were you looking for? Citrus. Says osamine. Let's say osamine is one. So we had osamine, limonene. Uh, no, 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 no. And terpenoline. Terpenoline, limonene, and osamine. That's that. Blue Dream dominant. That is a good strain. All right, all right. Go back. I don't know. Blue Dream. I think that's more of a cannabinoid that does that, Brian. Oh, okay. Blue Dream terpene. Okay, not the true blue. Leafly, that's that. True terpenes. Okay, here's True Terpenes, Blue Dream Terpene. No, you dipshit. That's some product. Jerks. Blue Dream Cannabis Terpene Profile. Come on, folks. Trying to read quickly. Flavors, no. Whatever, dude. Yeah, so myristine's in it. That's the most prevalent. But myristine's in most strains. So, but that's all I'm getting on it right now. Here's weed strain information. We'll see what it says here. Stress, anxiety, depression. Myrcene, pinene, and caraphyllene. Let me see if I can get you on that. You see it right there? That's the most prevalent ones. That was off of Leafly. I don't use them too often, but they had the info I needed. Yoda soda. Never even heard of that, bro. That was for sure a damn hybrid. What was it? What was its dominance? Do you remember? Indica, sativa, and how much of each? Super mellow, so it's got to be on the indica side. All right. Well, if y'all have any questions, man, now's that time. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what I'd guess, man. Hey, but I've had fruity pebbles, and until this lemon breeze, it was the best smelling sweet candy smell I'd ever smelled out of weed. But this lemon breeze is doing a bang up job for that sweetness. Very pungent too. I mean, it's like all over my house. It smells like a candy shop. I think 50 Cent sang a song about a candy shop. I'm about to play that when I harvest her. All right. Well, if y'all don't have any questions, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Okay, so we, like I said, man, we talked about terpenes, the sesquiterpenes, the flavonoids. I hope I didn't like scare you guys off. Go do a little bit of research, do a little bit of quick reading on it, on a particular terpene or strain. So put in your strain, find out what terpene you really care for, and go do some research on it and find out what it really does. And then start looking at the other terps and see if they could help you out in a different way. I mean, if you have stomach issues, perhaps you need to go on to one of those and help yourself out. You know, if you have the shakes, I don't know, sometimes people shake a lot. Maybe one of those terpenes that help you there. Right? All right. Okay, so guys, don't forget about the waffles. Man, there's a whole bunch of seeds. I think there's 10 folks that are able to win a packet or a bunch of seeds, right? Um, anyway, don't forget about the waffles. Go get your slot as soon as you can, right? Tomorrow night, David should be doing a giveaway. Um, After the live, uh, there might be a video chat if y'all want to come in and talk. I'll try to reach out to some folks and see if they can start one up. Huh. Wow, it smelled like bananas for you, huh? Well, I mean, I haven't washed her, so maybe when I wash her, she will, brother. We'll see. But anyway, so if you guys have any ideas of something you guys want to talk about for Tuesday's show or Thursday's show or any other show, just let me know and might give me a heads up on something to start studying for, okay? Um, Otherwise, I will see you Tuesday or in between on the Wheel of Names, all right? All right. Until next time, y'all, happy growing.